Welcome to spring 2021. For many of you, this is your last year of public education, and you'll be moving on. For some of my other classes, it is one more year to go. So I want to go over very quickly the expectations and objectives and remind you of some things that you need to know concerning the course, review some things. So the first thing we're going to do is look at and review how our Google Classroom works. So let's go to that. So obviously you're watching this video, so you've already logged into your classroom and accepted our new spring 2021 class in the appropriate section and class period. And so it's going to work very much the same way as last semester's worked. I do not use the stream. In fact, this announcement will stay here reminding you that I don't use the stream. Many of you, when you're looking to see what's due each day you log in, are looking just here. And that's okay for something that's due today or maybe tomorrow, but if it's a longer term project, it may not show up there. Remember, it's always best to go to this classwork tab and actually open up this classwork tab. Now, same sort of things, resources. If you're a remote student, you don't have to worry about filling out the hall pass because you're not in the classroom, but that's for my students who are face-to-face. Our warm-up, remember, I grade most of the warm-ups, maybe not all of them. You never know which ones I'm going to omit, but they count as remote attendance. If you are a asynchronous remote student, you have to touch base with me every day. And this is how you do it. And if for some reason you don't see a warm-up in a particular day, you need to email me. Because I might have overlooked selecting your name for the warm-up. So make sure that you are touching base through that warm-up, or if you don't see one, email me. Now, our fourth 6 weeks assignments will be here in this fourth cycle assignments. You'll always want to look for due dates. So, yesterday we already had our first assignments, but you don't have to worry about if you haven't done them yet, because yesterday was just the first day, but I am going to be starting to really look at late work. So that's how our classroom works. So let's move on to objectives of this semester. This semester, my goal is to help you become an increasingly independent learner, capable of self-education. In the adult world, we have to self-educate all the time, in every field. You've also heard the term problem solving. Problem solving, dealing with a problem, taking what you have and learning how to cope or how to come up with a solution. That's a form of self-education. Successful adults who rate themselves as happiest are the ones that feel they have control, that they can self-educate, they can problem solve, and so that's my goal for you. Engage in inquiry-based learning. When you need to know something, knowing how to start the process of educating yourself, of learning, where the resources are that you need. That's important. Many of you are going on to college, and I need to make sure you've got those skills as well, college or trade school, those skills to do well in those environments. So I also want you to think about the world around you. You're going to live in this world hopefully for another 70 or 80 years. You have to navigate it. That means you need to think about it. You can't just be in your own little cocoon, because being in your own cocoon does not allow you to make the life decisions that are best, because you don't know what's out there. And also get to know yourself. That's an important thing, because how can you make decisions for someone you don't know? And too often we look at who we are in relation to our families, our parents, our preachers, teachers, significant others, children, and we don't take the time to really know who we are as a person, as an individual. And of course, making sure that when you need to, you can professionally communicate, and that you don't hurt yourself by having the lack of communication skills in work environments and social environments that require a more professional demeanor. All right. Many of you are just ready to be done. You're ready to be done with education. You're like, I just want to be done. The problem with that is you're not done. Even with your public education, this semester's challenging. You're going to have to work this semester and push through for the next 5 months. But also, this is not the end. This is the beginning of your adulthood, and the adults in your life are going to expect you to embrace your adulthood more. And you need to not be a victim of your circumstance, but take control of your circumstances and handle your life. That's being an adult. So really, you're just beginning. You're just beginning. And my goal is to help you reach that pinnacle of being able to move into your adulthood with confidence and with initiative. All right, for this class, formal register of writing. I don't want any slang when you write to me, whether it be in an assignment or email. I want spelling. I want capitalization. I want you showing me you know how to communicate professionally. That is my goal. I don't care how you talk to your friends or communicate with your friends or your family. I care in a professional environment, if you need to, or if you're complaining about a bill or you're dealing with creditors or something, that you can communicate professionally with them and get what you need. So correct capitalization, including names. And if you're talking about yourself, if you're writing in a situation where I'm asking you to talk about yourself, that capitalized pronoun I is getting a lot of you. The 4-sentence constructions, we're going to be reviewing those, the ones that we did last semester, and of course complete sentences. All right. This course is getting harder. It should. You're in the pinnacle of your high school education, and English, you bring everything together and show that you can use it. Late work. I'm going to be really much more ardent about late work. Some of you are waiting to the last minute in a 6 weeks, and it is killing you. And some people, it cost them their semester grade. So I'm going to be much more aggressive in penalizing late work, but also getting in touch with you and saying, hey, you need to get it done, whether you're in class or remote. That's been a struggle this semester, and there's so many distractions and so many things going on. I realize that's a challenge. I need you to be in the moment. In the moment, intentionally focused on what you need to get done, whether that's for my class, somebody else's class, or some other part of your life. You need to be there in the moment. What do I need to do now just to get 1% better than I was yesterday in my life? Not just in schoolwork, but in life in general. Be present. Be in the moment. We are beginning again, but many of the writing and many of the expectations as far as communication that I instilled last semester is going to carry through. If you're in person, cell phones are not to be out. We don't need them anymore for education. We got the Chromebooks. They must be put away. If you're in class, you need to use your Chromebook. You need to bring your Chromebook. You cannot use your own device. I have a number of students that are bringing their own device so they can go off and do other things, play games, that sort of thing in class. And again, it hurt their semester grade. In-class students, you get 3 strikes. On the 3rd strike of me catching you using or having your phone out, it goes to Mr. Tremont, and he's aware that I've given you 3 tries. So if you forget and you just happen to pull it out and look at it once or twice, okay. All right, final thoughts. No one gets to live your life but you. Who are you? Where do you want to go? What direction do you want to head in? You don't have to have a destination. You just have to know what direction to head in your life. Because a direction means, okay, this is the next step I need to take. This is the next step I need to take. I want you to do some soul searching. Many Americans are not happy with the jobs they're in, or they're not satisfied with life. Their depression, anxiety, all these things are at all-time highs. Even before the pandemic. I want you to take some time to think about yourself and who you want to be, because this is the time you get to invent the adult that you want to be. You will not be who you are now 5 years from now. So think about that. That leads us into our first little short, light essay assignment. Let's look at it. The assignment is called A Year From Now. It's a short little essay. I have asked you, I've given you the prompt here in the instructions. One other thing, anytime that I have you writing or have you working in an assignment, this is not the complete assignment view. The complete assignment view, you have to click on View Assignment. Now mine looks different than yours. When I click View Assignment, I don't have all the tools that you have because some of my tools are elsewhere. But you'll have this assignment here, but up here in this corner, you will have your turn in buttons, your create button. Make sure that you are always able to see those buttons. If you're doing a PowerPoint or a slideshow, or you're doing an essay, you need those buttons to make sure you've submitted. On some of the PowerPoint assignments, students forgot to submit. They did the assignment and it was sitting there, but they didn't go and find that turn in button. And there's not a turn in button on the slides the way there is on an attached doc. And they just assumed I'd know they were done. I don't. You've got to find the turn in button. If it's a Google form, once you submit, it submits. But go back and check Classroom and make sure that it marks it as submitted. I'll get it from the form, but Classroom doesn't always know that this form's been submitted. So the last thing is, please email me. Email me if you have any questions. Email me if you have any concerns. I am happy to interact with you and help you find whatever you need to find to get your work done and to be successful. Let's have a great semester.